Hi, everyone. So, this is our third week working on our personal narratives. Now, remember, a personal narrative is a small moment, it is a story about one time in your lives. The brainstorming activity that you were assigned was to do a tour of your house in order to spark some memories. Then you were to choose one idea to move forward through the writing process with. I'm going to share with you my small moment that I had used in the beginning of the year. So I decided to write about the time where I broke my nose. It was about 20 years ago, and I was just about your age. Before writing, I had to think, what is the beginning of my story? What would be the middle, my main event, and how would I end my story? Once I brainstormed those ideas, I sat down and got to writing. Here you could see my beginning. I started with some sound words. There are many ways that you can start your personal narratives, but I decided that a sound effect would work best, especially since I was climbing a tree. Now, what I want to show you is dialogue. What I've noticed from reading your work is that some of us are forgetting that when more than one person is speaking, they cannot be in the same paragraph. It makes it really hard to read. So let's take a look at this section from the middle of my story. It says, I take a deep breath and let the sweet smell of the beautiful spring day sink in. I could stay up here forever, I whispered to myself. All of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I could see a shadow coming closer. Get out of here, Sergio, Michelle yells. Stop it, Michelle. I told him he can come over, Daniel snaps back. So here I have a conversation between myself, my sister, and my brother. You could see that my dialogue is here, and then my sister's response is here, and then my brother's response is here. Everyone's response is in their own paragraph, and let's see why. Let's say I backspace and I put all of this in the same paragraph. Now, even looking at it, it makes me not want to read it. It looks like it's all jumbled together. I can't tell who's saying what. I can't tell who's stopping and who's starting a conversation. That is why it is so important, especially using dialogue, to show conversations in their own paragraphs. So let's go back to the way that I had it. Okay, so every time someone new is speaking, their response needs to be in their own paragraph. Look how much better that looks. Okay, same goes for down here when I am yelling and my neighbor is responding. My dialogue is here, his response is here. So today, boys and girls, your goal is to revise your small moment, your personal narratives, to make sure that your dialogue is one, punctuated correctly, and two, you're using paragraphs when necessary. I hope that you find this video helpful, and I hope that you have viewed the video on vocabulary that we assigned. I found it really helpful. As always, if you have any questions, you can email your